All right, boys and girls, welcome aboard. It's time for State of the Atmosphere. We got a big one tonight. It's the biggest box office month of the year annually, July. Popcorn season is here, and we're going to talk all about it tonight on State of the Atmosphere.
Yeah, bingo! Let's fucking go!
Let's fucking go.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for State of the Atmosphere. I am your host, JoesAtmosfere, and I'm joined as usual with my compadres, John and Knock. How are you guys doing this evening?
Doing okay?
Yeah.
Good.
Hopefully you didn't have to work too hard this week so far.
No, not really.
We have
kind of a busy week.
What's that? Knock?
It's been kind of a busy week.
Has it?
Yeah.
Well, as you were saying pregame, you know you're halfway through it now. So more than halfway through it, right?
Oh yeah,
You're,
when we get to Wednesday
60%
night,
of the
more than
way through it. So yeah.
right.
Yeah. Okay,
Thursday,
boys
right
and girls.
before Friday.
That's right. That's right. Let's see who's here tonight. Of course, the hardest working wrench in the business, Vince Womack, is here. He says, "Heidi ho, all you nerds and nerdettes out there. Good to see you, man." And Parrot Head is here with his emojis as usual. What is that? It looks like it's two hands holding up eyeballs. I don't know what that's supposed to mean, but hey, he's got all the cool ones. I don't know, but I don't know what that is. But anyway, okay, that's who's in the chat. We've got more than that watching, but thanks for watching on all the different platforms we're on. We're on YouTube and two others, so you guys. I'll be monitoring the chat and all of them, so you guys chime in with whatever you'd like. Of course, we always start the show with the pop culture update. But before we do that, Knock did get to the theater and see a couple of the shows. But one of them that's a little bit behind the time that he actually cut up on was Karate Kid Legends. And I wanted to get his thoughts on that one. So go ahead with your spoiler-free review of that one, buddy.
Yeah. I like it was a, standard movie these days. You got some obstacle for the main protagonist to go through, and yeah, it ends up being okay. It was a little weird. I like. I felt, without giving too much away, I felt like Ming-Na Wen's character was kind of walked upon the entire freaking movie. It was a very weird dynamic, but whatever. Because basically, they moved to New York to get away from fighting. It's the beginning of the movie, pretty much, right? So not going to give too much away there. And then he wants to fight.
Great. What a deal. We moved to get away from fighting. Now we're fighting.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, no, there is a good amount of surface there. It reminded me of a little bit of the Tulsa King.
Okay.
Sylvester Stallone. I kind of mentioned, we talked a little bit about that in the past. Where it wants to be deep, but it's not. It's just surface. It's just surface acting. But I will say, I really like the kid that they have in that one. I think he's an American-born Chinese TV show. That's the name of it, by the way, on Disney Plus, and that's the whole Monkey King thing.
Okay.
And he's fights in that one too. So I think he's a little star in the making. I think that young guy that they have. So, New York or Chicago, one of those big cities. I can't remember which one it was,
They
but yeah,
moved to New York to get away from fighting.
yeah, it was stupid.
What?
Of course, yeah, and he meets his love interest in a pizza place. Like it's the most city thing ever. So, yeah, no, it wasn't a bad movie. I don't know if it's worth going to the theaters to see, but definitely, it's got Jackie Chan in it. Who's just Jackie Chan.
Dude, Jackie Chan's worth a watch. I haven't spent a dime to go see it, but when it gets on streaming, I'll give it a chance. I'm a fan of the series. I've never seen Cobra Kai, and I keep hearing great things about that show. And so that's one I'm going to have to visit from beginning to end eventually.
And I think it gets even better if you go back and you watch the movies first. That's what I did. Like every time a new season came out and I wanted to redo the seasons, like refresh on them,
I always know the history, baby.
Yeah, do the history. Absolutely worth it. It gets you into that mindset because most of those characters come back in the series. And reprise their roles. So it's really cool seeing them the actual actors come back. And one of them, I'm sorry, Joe. In one of them, one of the guys passes. I think in real life he passes away from cancer, and they had him in the show as a cancer person.
Really?
Yeah, one of Johnny's crew.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And they had one last big shebang as Johnny's crew. They went on. They got motorbikes, so they were traveling, and doing their thing. Got in a bar fight. It's a great episode.
Probably his buddy from the first movie.
No, that's it. It's Johnny's crew back in when they were all doing the skeleton, costumes, and it was that crew. And so they all met up again, and one of them's like a preacher, and just a whole character. It's pretty good. It's a really good episode. But
it's definitely on my list of stuff to check out, man, for sure. Foxy is with us before her meeting. She's out there checking us out. Good to see you, my love. And Juliet from across the pond. Good to see you, young lady. Always good to see you. Okay, boys and girls. You know how we like to start? We like to start with the pop culture update. Before we do that, though, I've got to get something that I forgot to pull up early, but it'll just take me a second. I've got to get the box office numbers real fast. So let's go ahead and get that graphic going for the pop culture update.
Let's fucking go.
Let's fucking go.
And of course, we're talking about this weekend, and the new movie that was out was 28 years later. I'm not hearing good things about this movie, guys. But I did say last week, and I think you guys agreed with me, that How to Train Your Dragon was probably going to be number one regardless this week. And it was. There's a 56% drop off, to be sure, but it was still number one with 36 million. 28 years later, made 30 million. Elio, Disney's newest kid movie from Pixar. Wow, 20 million. That's underperforming for them. So Lilo and Stitch still has made it to the double-digit realm, or excuse me, it's out of the double-digit realm and into single digits with 9 million. And Mission Impossible hangs in there at number 5 with 6 million. But Elio, wow, it took a bath. It didn't do well. Says here in the headline from Hollywood Reporter, Elio limps to a record low 21 million Pixar opening as How to Train Your Dragon stays number one. The live action dragon pick also devoured Danny Boyle's zombie sequel 28 years later, which opened in second place domestically with 30 million. I've heard some good things, bad things about 28 years later, so I'm tending towards steering clear of that one. There's a lot of movies coming out here this month, which we'll get into in the second half of the show when we get into the July movies. But How to Train Your Dragon, though, Knock did go see it. John, did you go see that one?
Nope.
No,
I haven't been able to go to any movies lately.
Okay. Well, tell us what you thought of that one, Knock.
No, I thought it was a pretty faithful adaptation to the animated series, animated show or deep movie.
Yeah.
No, I liked all the actors. Good old Gerard Butler.
Can't go wrong with that guy, can you?
Yeah.
He's really good.
I like the new kid that they have as Hiccup. No, I thought it was a pretty good movie. I thought it's crazy how when you make a movie like what it was before and not change it up and change the meaning behind it and too much like that, it's crazy how successful it can be.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I've seen one or two that I thought were pretty good, but I tend to lean more towards the animated ones myself. But this one here, though, I would imagine it's probably pretty cool in live action because fantasy stuff, it's always been animated. I mean, back in the day, it's a little before your time, Knock, but the best thing we had from Lord of the Rings was the Ralph Bakshi stuff, and it was all animated. I mean, they just didn't have the technology to make that kind of story yet. That's why it blew us away so much in the early 2000s when it came out. And it stands up to today, if you ask me. Return of the King and Fellowship are a couple of my favorite movies ever. But yeah, I would imagine this How to Train Your Dragon, if they stuck to the story, and didn't mess up the ending like they did with Lilo and Stitch, right? That part that kind of messed with the original. As long as they stuck to the story, I'm sure this one is going to do well for a while, I would think. And you're a new fan to that series, and you thought it was a really good adaptation, faithful to it.
Yeah, I thought so.
Oh, all right, very cool. Well, looking forward, and we'll go ahead and hit this one real quick because we want to get the bummer stuff out of the way, right? Bobby Sherman passed away, heartthrob singer and TV actor from the 1970s, dies at 81. Bobby Sherman, now, Knock, you're not going to know who this guy is. But he was he was a singing star and he was an actor. He did a little bit of television, some small roles and stuff. But he was best known for, girls just loved this guy. And they had posters of him and everything. And he's one of the few 60 stars that actually was in Tiger Beat magazine almost up until the time he was 30 years old. Teenagers wanted to see about this guy because, the girls dug him. Anyway, he passed away at 81 this week. John, I know you remember this guy from when you were a kid.
Barely.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was like one of the big ones.
Girls digging him, that's for sure. Yeah. I wasn't a big fan of him, but boy, the girls went crazy for this guy. But anyway, he had what I like to call Dick Clark disease. He didn't age. I mean, if you look at, let me pull it up real quick. They put a more recent picture of him up on Twitter whenever they announced his passing. And man, the guy did not age. That's just all there is to it. Look at this picture of him right here. I mean, that's the same guy with shorter hair. You know what I mean? It's just, he never did age. But yeah, the girls dug him back in the day. That's for sure. And if you don't know what Tiger Beat magazine is, look it up, guys. It was a fan magazine for teenage girls, really. It had, I'm trying to think who used to be. I remember one cover a girlfriend of mine had. It had the Hardy Boys on it one time, right? The two guys that were on the Hardy Boys mysteries. You remember that back in the day? They were on there. Of course, I know Christian McNichol's brother was on there a lot, and she was on there too. But anyway, yeah, it was a fan magazine for singers and young actors and stuff like that. It was pretty cool. Let's see. Vince says, thank God nobody channeled his inner Spock, Bilbo. Bobby Sherman doesn't ring a bell. Look, Vince, he was a 60s and 70s singer. And he did do a little bit of television, but this guy was best known for his looks by girls. Girls dug him. They thought he was awesome. Have to check IMDb. Yeah. I mean, he was never in a major motion picture or anything like that. He just did bit parts on television and stuff like that, so, but anyway, he passed away at the age of 81 this week, guys. Next up, this is the one I wanted to get to next, about the box office. F1 to vroom around the world to a $115 million opening, and Megan 2 hopes to break 20 million in box office preview of next weekend. Now, John, you said you saw Megan, the first one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Was it any good?
It was okay. I mean, it wasn't, it's your typical horror schlock.
Yeah.
The premise was kind of interesting. It was like an adult version of, or not real. I started to say adult version of Chucky, but it's not really a modernized version of Chucky.
Yeah, I got
it. She's an advanced AI robot that the guy built for his daughter.
Mm-hmm. Well, I hear in this one she's got a nemesis in AI, from what I understand in the new one. So I'm gonna have to go watch that first one and check this one out. I don't know if I'm gonna pay to go see it in the theater, but yeah. But F1, guys, let's see which will do better, F1 or Nick Lauder, or that Nick Lauder movie. Nick Lauder movie. What's he talking about? I don't know what he's talking about there.
Who's Nick Lauder?
I do not know. We can check it out real quick though. I've got enough IMDb up right now. Let's see. Let's go look at what he's talking about. If it's coming out the same weekend. Let's see. Nick Lauder movie. What would he be talking about? F1, Megan. Is he talking? I don't know which one of these he's talking about. Liam
There's
Neeson?
Jet movie, Pony Boy.
Let's see. Famous F1 driver. Oh, okay. All right. Okay. Are they doing a documentary on him or something, man? I don't know. You caught me sideways there. I don't watch Formula One, but I do have to tell you, the more I see about this movie, the more I want to see it. The latest trailer for this thing looks really good, man. It had more about the characters and not, the previous trailers, they showed a little bit, but it showed more of the racing part of it, where you actually saw the camera angles that they're giving you in the movie, which makes me want to get a ticket to go see it in IMAX, man. I really think I want to go see this one in IMAX right off the bat. I may be going by myself though, because I know my wife won't want to go see this. She'd probably get seasick from it. She told me when I took her to see Oppenheimer, she said, next time we go to see one of these, I need some Dramamine first. I was like, what? And that was Oppenheimer, but the more I see about this movie, the more I want to see it. And they're saying 115 million. And I would imagine that's a worldwide number for that movie. And it's probably going to be, make more money internationally than it does here in the States, I would imagine. Yeah. Unless it gets really good word of mouth, but I'm looking forward to seeing that one, man.
Yeah, F1's just not that big in the States.
No, it's not. It's not. They have a huge, isn't it Indianapolis where they have the Formula One race?
Indianapolis 500.
But... Yeah. Mm-hmm. But I don't think they have. Do they have any more F1 races in the
there's the Las Vegas one. There's isn't there one in Florida too?
Not sure. I don't know. Really don't know. I don't follow it. I barely follow NASCAR. And as far as I'm concerned, I wouldn't sit there and watch an entire race on television. Go fast, turn left. It's just not my thing. But the F1s, usually they're driving through a city. They're driving through. They're not usually going through a course. Let's see. Rush 2013 was the Nick Lauder movie I was thinking of. Oh yeah, I think that's a Ron Howard movie, and I think that Chris Hemsworth plays him in it. I think, if it's the one I'm thinking of. Small Time Republics is here. He says, howdy. Las Vegas, Miami, and Austin is where he's saying the F1 races take place.
Yeah, Miami. That's one I couldn't remember. And
I always think of Monaco. When I think of F1, I think of Monaco. That's what I think. Yeah. But anyway, yeah, I'm very interested in seeing that movie now, especially after the last trailer, because it was more character centric. You got to see more of Gerard Depardieu. Is that his name? The guy that's the owner of the team, and he's putting he's putting the old man Brad Pitt with the young phenom, trying to make them a team and win some races in F1, right? And the character stuff back and forth looked pretty cool. And another thing that made me want to see it is he's a gambler. He's known to be a friggin', a big time gambler. Let's see. Vince says yes, but Hemsworth doesn't play louder. Okay. I knew Ron Howard had made that movie. Let me look it up real quick. Let's see what it is. Let me see. Excuse me real quick, guys, while I pull this up. It's called Rush from 2013. And that would be, let's see. Oh, look at this. When I typed in Rush, that's what come up. Here we go. 2013. That is Chris Hemsworth, but I guess he's not playing louder. I knew he was in the movie. Daniel Brohl, I guess, is playing louder. Yeah, Daniel Brohl. And I knew Hemsworth was in the movie. Yeah. Okay. So he doesn't
bother me.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm sorry.
I'm blanking on her name. Natalie Dormer. Natalie Dormer.
Oh, yeah.
Game of Thrones.
Right
oh.
Game of Thrones girl.
Gorgeous.
Yes.
Captain America, too, the first one.
There you go. There you go. That's right. She's the one that sneaks a kiss with old Captain America, right? Yeah. All right. Okay. So hang on. Let's take care of Tim real quick. We don't want him to feel left out.
There are some who call me Tim.
Tim says he had to fast before blood work tomorrow. Yeah, I hate having to do that. Sit on her face? What? Let's see. There are some who call him Tim. That's right. Tim, it's good to see you, man. Good to see you. Always good to see you, pal. But anyway, yeah, I'll have to do the research. I will find that out for you, Vince. We will find out which one of those movies does better, for sure. We will definitely do that. But I'm just telling you, from what I've seen from the trailer, yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing that one now. I was kind of in, but I was always thinking IMAX, because those shots they're getting in that trailer, guys, they look tough as nails to me. They look really good. Let's see. Next up, I'm not covering that much here, but it is a milestone in the trial, so I did want to talk about it. Sean Diddy Combs' defense rests in sexual trafficking trial, takes a page out of Harvey Weinstein's book with no witnesses, no testimony by the client. His defense rested after 20 minutes, guys. They must just know they're screwed. That must be what it is, because they're not trying to cross-examine anybody or anything. So yeah, I think we all know that Mr. Diddy's in trouble. So we'll see what happens with that. Let's see what they're saying here. Just because he thought Stark and Peggy were fun doing each other. Yeah, right. I hear you. Let's see. The annual blood work is always fun. Yeah. I get it done every 6 months, buddy. And matter of fact, I had to do it 3 months apart just recently because he thought my A1C was elevated. But yeah. How long do you think it's going to be before they come back with a verdict, guys? What do you think?
Tomorrow morning.
You think tomorrow morning it's going to be done with?
Yeah.
Wow. Don't think they want to be there for a week, huh?
Nope.
Yeah. Knock, what do you think?
Well, I mean, let's give them a couple days. You got to milk that free lunch money.
Right?
That $10 an hour.
Depends on how the food is, right? That's going to dictate how long they're there.
Yeah, pretty much.
The catering might be pretty good. You never know. All right, let's see. Next
Plenty of
up,
baby oil.
right? Oh my God, man. Too much. California legislators approved $750 million funding for film and TV tax credit program. Ladies and gentlemen, I can't believe I just read that headline. How come the government of the state of California wasn't doing this already with their hurting industry? I mean, it just tells you how backwards that place is. It's just so bizarre to me. They're finally trying to help out their hurting film and television industry. Now, other states in the union, notably Georgia, have been doing this for a while. But California not doing this doesn't make any sense at all. But I guess they're trying to keep everybody there making movies. So they finally gave them a tax credit. Let's see. I've got jury duty for the second time in 9 months. Different courts. Eventually, they are going to think I'm on trial. Good Lord, Matt. What the hell, bro? Let's see. Surprised Diddy didn't just start naming names saying, if I'm going, pun intended, I'll take all of you with me. He can still do that. He can still do that. He doesn't have to do it in court. You know, the guy's going to write a book or something. So, you know, let's see. Next up, what do we got here in the pop culture update?
Yeah. I think though, hold on, Joe.
Sure.
Last thing about the Diddy.
Yeah.
I think the question has to be asked. Does he actually mind going to prison?
Right. Is he going to mind that?
I mean,
yeah.
This is a federal case. So, you know, it's a little bit different than the state prisons. You know what I'm saying? Federal prison isn't as bad as some of the state prisons. Believe me, he'd rather be in federal prison than be down on a farm down here in Louisiana. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you're right. He may not mind going to prison. You know what I'm saying? But I would think that he'd be fearing for his life. Now, wouldn't you? I mean, it's going to be a lot easier if somebody take him out to do it in prison than it would be in public. So, I don't know.
I don't know, man. I feel like he'd like it.
That's something. That's something interesting to see. I mean, the fact that they didn't even try to, you know, bring anybody back up to cross-examine or anything. I mean, 20 minutes. That's all the friggin' defense did after the prosecution rested their case. They rested their cases back to back. It's very strange. No baby oil there, sadly. Matt says California is $500 billion in debt. That's another $750 million. Yeah, right. What were you saying, Knock?
No, I just that, you know, I was thinking that maybe the no baby oil would be the tough part.
Right. The no baby oil. That's for sure. Damn it.
They probably have it in commissary for him.
Who knows, man? Who knows? Latino Slants. He's here. What's going on? He says, where am I? You're in California. I know where you're at, buddy. I just got done doing a story about the tax credit they finally. It's bizarre to me that they don't already have, that they're not already helping out the film and television industry there, man. It's good to see you, buddy. Good to see you, Latino. That's Paulie, guys. If you don't know, that's him. Let's see. Next up. Now, I'm not going to show this, but they've got a new trailer for Fantastic Four, and it hints at clobbering time as Galactus approaches. We see a little bit more of the CGI of Galactus in this and some other things. Like I said, I've seen enough of this from Superman and Fantastic Four. I just want to see the movie now. You know what I mean? I think they're going a little ape shit doing all of they're almost giving away the whole movie in both of these things. It looks like to me. That's why I've stopped watching the trailers for them. But I did watch this one. I'm just not going to show it on the show. But there was something in here that kind of chapped my ass. And if you guys don't want to hear about it, just close your ears for about a minute and then come back. This tagline thing, they're trying to hang on taglines too much in these Marvel movies. I understood it with Avengers Assemble. It was a great joke in Wolverine and Deadpool and Wolverine with the flame on instead of Avengers Assemble. But this, what they're doing with Clobby, just please, whatever. It doesn't make any sense to me. It's more Marvel stupid joke stuff. Juliet saying hi to Polly, and he's saying hi to everybody else. But anyway, what do you guys think after seeing some of these trailers that they've been putting out for this? Are you hyped for it, or are you middle of the road, or are you thinking about not going
at this point? I'll probably end up going, but
yeah.
I'm not
I'm going. I turned 60 the day this comes out, and that's the first comic book I ever read. I am praying that all the stuff that's bad I've seen in these trailers is taken out of context. That's what I'm praying for. You know what I mean? I want it to be good. I really do. But Pedro fatigue is a huge thing right now. It really is. Knock, what do you think? You gonna go see this one?
I most likely will, just to see what the shit show it's going to turn out to be. But I'm definitely not going in with high expectations. So if it turns out to be good, I'll admit it.
Hey,
but I just don't expect it to be. I'm honestly over the origin movies. I'm because we've already had like so many that have gone nowhere. Like, where's Shang-Chi? Where's Internals? Where's half the movies they've done in the past, decade, and they've just gone nowhere. So if this one bombs, it's probably not going to go anywhere.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing.
Get a smaller role.
Yeah, I hear you. The movies you just mentioned, they didn't go anywhere. They didn't go anywhere. We already know going in, this probably isn't going anywhere because this looks like it's in an alternate future from or an alternate reality from today's MCU. I mean, you've seen all the stuff that makes it look like a futuristic 60s that they're in. You know what I mean? So we know.
Well, there's an end credit of it coming to our universe or whatever the Marvel universe is.
Right. And
I don't know if you saw the movie. I don't remember what movie it was last, but there was the end. After credit scene was
Thunderbolts.
Yeah, Thunderbolts. Yeah, coming out. So I mean that makes it so they're in our. This movie obviously isn't, but
right
at the end of
it, that's my point. Yeah, I know they're going to be in our universe. That's what I'm saying. This one has they can do whatever they want in this one.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because they're going to be coming into the regular MCU universe somehow. Whatever they call that.
But it's also in the past, right? So it's not even like you're not going to see any real characters that we know of, and they
right. We're not going to see
if you have a clean slate, right, you would just kill off everybody.
Yeah.
Right, and then they would do their little jump.
Right.
And then they would see everybody live. But this is like in the past where there's hardly any heroes, as far as I know.
Right. Vince says Pedro should die in the movie and be replaced by John Krasinski. We'd all love to see John Krasinski play that part. Really would. Let's see. They even said that Sue is basically the leader of the Fantastic Four. That's what I keep hearing. Now, if you've seen this trailer, they make it look more like Reed is, but I think that's on purpose because of all the rumors, but we'll see what happens. Matt says, since it's titled First Steps, maybe that means we'll get Franklin Richards, their son. He probably has the most Marvel comic appearance without being in a film or show. Yeah. They have shown a child in the trailers. So let's see. Could be him. Depends on if they do the dimension jump early in the movie or at the end. That's
It's an
interesting.
origin.
That's
No, it's gonna be at the
interesting.
end.
Yes.
It's going to be at the end.
I would think it's going to be too. Yeah.
They got to do the Galactus fight, right? And they got to build up to that. And then
we know there's a female Silver Surfer, and if they stick with the comic books, I mean, I don't want to give anything away.
I will say, Vince, I would take that a step further. If they really wanted to do the most ultimate troll, they would do the Pedro Pascal, but have Randall Park come in as Fantastic Four. And I'm hoping some people will get that. That is that is the you might have heard of him as Asian Jim. He plays John Krasinski as Jim Halpert in The Office as a skit to prank Dwight.
Really?
So that would be like top tier, like Deadpool level trolling
right?
of everybody. If you see Asian Jim playing John Krasinski's part as Fantastic Four, would be just mind blowing.
That's awesome. I've never watched The Office. I've seen snippets of it, but I've never watched it.
Yep. It's a prank on Dwight where he basically acts like he's Jim Halpert, and he's like he has like pictures of his wife and everything, and they, and Dwight's just so confused. It's like, hey, congrats for not seeing race, kind of thing.
Yeah.
So,
but Knock, what you were saying earlier is pretty much where I'm at. After seeing some of the trailers for this thing, I'm not hyped about it. I'm lowering my expectations, and I'm just hoping it's a good time. That's what I'm hoping for. You know what I mean? So we'll see. We'll find out on my birthday when I turn 60 years old this year on the 25th of July. Let's see. Matt says, I would have been fine with John Krasinski and Emily Blunt pairing here. I would have too, but they're getting a little long in the tooth for it just to start them off in the MCU. They are getting a little too old to play the parts. Pedro's almost too old to be playing Reed Richards, really, if you think about it, man. But anyway, maybe they can kill him off and give us a younger one. I don't know. But I tell you what, seeing all these trailers, though, it's making me want to go back and watch the Jessica Alba ones because I did enjoy them. They're not the greatest movies in the world, but this is these movies were made before the MCU, and they were cool standalones. I thought they were cool. But anyway, that one's coming our way, and we'll talk about that more when it comes up. This one right here, I had to throw out there for the ladies in the audience who had Bratz when they were kids. Kim Kardashian to star in Bratz movie as a villain. Now, if you guys don't know what Bratz are, hang on. I had daughters, so I knew what these things were. I think I got some picture of some of the Bratz here. Yeah, here we go, guys. Let me pull this over here for you. This is what the Bratz dolls looked like. They were like cartoon versions of Barbies, and they had different personalities. You could tell by the way they looked, the personalities they'd have, and that kind of thing. I think they had a cartoon of Bratz. I'm not sure. I'd have to look it up, but this is what Kim Kardashian is being signed on for, to play a villain in the Bratz universe, which is perfect if you ask me, because she doesn't have the greatest reputation in the world. You know what I mean? So, Bratz of all things. Ladies in the chat, did you have Bratz growing up? Let me know. Let's see. Grandpa Joe Gaming coming soon on this channel. Yeah, right. Yeah. Well, I'm already a grandpa, man. I've been I've been a grandpa since I was 41 years old. My oldest grandchild, we share the same birthday, and we're exactly 41 years apart. She'll turn 19 this year. Yeah. My oldest granddaughter. So yeah, I'm already Grandpa Joe, buddy. And you said you were watching the Rumble chat. Yeah, I'm producing the show. I'm trying to. Perfect casting. Exactly, Matt. That was my point with this one. Kim Kardashian is perfect to play a villain in the Bratz movies. Yeah. Let's see. Bratz for me, that is bratwurst grilled, soaked in beer. Yeah, that's Bratz. Yeah, for sure. But this is pronounced Bratz, man. They're supposed to be bratty. They're bratty girls is what they are. But yeah, let me go ahead and get the Rumble chat up because I'm being scorned. I'm sure Low Spec's over there giving me shit. I'm sure he is. No, yeah, Low Spec just chimed in over there. What up, boy? Good to see you. Let me go ahead and pull that chat out real quick so I can monitor that. But yeah, that is some perfect casting, no doubt. Kim Kardashian will play a great villain in the Bratz universe, I believe. Next up, I don't know how I feel about this one, the way Marvel's been going lately, but they haven't disappointed with the Spider-Man movies. Let's hope they put all their good energy into this. Jon Bernthal joins Tom Holland in Spider-Man Brand New Day. Now, anybody that knows the comic books knows why I'm kind of wincing at that title, but Jon Bernthal's Punisher is probably the best thing that they've done in a long time as far as casting and everything, and we know there was a cliffhanger ending in the Daredevil movie for him, or excuse me, Daredevil television show for him. So it's going to be interesting to see how he ends up in the Spider-Man movie. Now, comic book nuts know this already. Spider-Man 129 is probably the most famous book that my favorite artist of all time in comic books, Ross Andrew, drew, because he's the guy that did the Punisher for the first time in Amazing Spider-Man issue number 129. He was a little bit different Punisher back then. He was using rubber bullets. He didn't kill people and stuff. That character completely changed in the 80s when the Solo book came out and he became a Vietnam veteran and all that good stuff. And he became a guy at war with the mob, much like Mac Bolan in the old dime novels. He's pretty much, I really think that whoever came up with the Punisher, whoever the writer was a big Mac Bolan fan, because it's the same guy, same story, same everything. He's got a war against the mob, But anyway, yeah, what do you guys think? The Punisher in a Spider-Man movie. What do you think of that? John?
I'm good with it.
Yeah. I mean, he did get his start there. So I think there's others. There are so many good Spider-Man villains. I really wish they'd put the Jackal in there. Professor Warren. I wish he was in there. They've got so many. Huh?
Microchip.
Microchip. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Gary Conway and John Romita Sr. created Punisher.
Gotcha. They have to be Mac Bolan fans. If you know what I'm talking about. The Executioner is the name of the series of books. And anybody that's ever read an Executioner book knows that that's the Punisher. I mean, but it came before the Punisher. Those books were being written before the Punisher. Let's see. Vince says, depends on if they are still going down the Iron Spider route. I hope they don't lean on that too much, man. I'd really like to just get back to Spider-Man, but I love the Punisher. Yeah. As long as they keep along with this, his current character, I liked him in Daredevil. I thought it was cool, Disney though, they tried to be gritty with that show and everything, but it just misses the mark for me just a little bit. It's nowhere near as good as the Netflix stuff was, they went all out on that.
They didn't even let the creators of the Born Again series watch the Netflix series.
Yeah, that makes no sense to me. That makes no sense.
I just can't wait to see the Punisher get scolded by Zendaya. That's going to be a great scene.
Right?
I'm sure
she's going to take issue with something. He's a toxic male.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome when he gets scorned at. It's going to be great. Some witty remark is going to be made about him from her.
You know it, man.
That's all it is. That's all I can see.
But look,
that's all I
I'm
can think
looking
about.
forward to it, because a lot of people that are Punisher fans don't even know that his first appearance was in Spider-Man. So yeah, looking forward to that. That ought to be cool. Next up, I wanted to talk a little bit about what's going on over here at Lucca Film Festival. It's over in Italy. That looks like they're showing some stuff from the long-awaited ending of Stranger Things. Was it the second half of the 5th season or something like that? That they've been waiting 2 years for now, Knock? Something like that?
No, this is just the 5th season.
Oh, it's the 5th season. Okay.
It's just the last season.
Oh, okay. Well, I can't keep track with all these half seasons and shit.
No, what they're doing is they're releasing, was it like a couple episodes every couple weeks or every week or two or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So like I think the first one's like on Thanksgiving, and I think the next set is like later on. Then the next set is on Christmas or something like that. It's some kind of weird break. Like it's broken up into thirds.
Okay, gotcha. A little bit of news about that, and also they've got some video game stuff. They've got Death Stranding 2 is being highlighted in here, and you guys go check out their website. It's the Lucca Film Festival. It takes place in Italy. I think they're giving Ethan Hawke an award this year. I think for sure, and I always like to look at what's going on at the film festivals because you get to see what's coming to theaters near us very soon. But they actually have some video game stuff there. And I don't know if you guys have seen some of the reviews are coming out for Death Stranding 2 already. And of course, the big the big reviewers and stuff are giving it 10 out of 10 and all that good stuff. But almost unanimously, they're all saying that they've scaled back on the humdrum part of it, and it's more action oriented. So apparently we're not going to be postal workers with big stacks of shit on our back a lot in this one. I don't know. Let's see. Martin is here. He says, greetings, my excellent friends. Good to see you, brother. Let's see. Next up, oh boy. I'm sure Knox going to have something to say about this. Star Wars Rey movie hits another delay as Mangold and Levy projects take priority. What they're talking about here is the Rey movie that they're planning on doing about her trying to rebuild the. I think they have a tentative title in here for it. I think it was called what? I read this earlier, and I'm trying to remember what the name was. Let's see, Project. I could have sworn they gave. Yeah, New Jedi Order is the film that they're backing up again because they want to concentrate on the Mangold one and the Levy one. James Mangold's movie is Jedi Prime. It's about the first Jedi, and then you've got the Sean Levy Starfighter movie. They're concentrating on those instead of the Rey movie. And John, I'd like you to touch on what you said pre-show. What you think of it?
I think they're just keeping it on the back burner because it's a KK project and they're just waiting for her to be gone.
Yeah.
So they can reboot the whole thing.
Yeah. Just dump this one, right?
Yeah.
And it's kind of a shame to me because I like the actress. I mean, no matter how good you are, you can't polish a turd. But I like the girl. I like the girl that's playing the part, even though the story wasn't that good. You know what I mean? Knock, what do you think of that? Them backing up the Rey movie.
Makes no difference to me.
Yeah.
I have no comment on that, really.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, you're the Star Wars guy. That's why I figured.
No, I mean that's not really Star Wars. I mean, sure, but okay.
There it is.
It's not going to affect me one way or the other. Not really.
Yep.
I did want to do one thing. I know it's impromptu, Joe, but I was wondering if you could do me a favor. I posted in the chat a link to a YouTube, and it's John Berthel learning Dungeons and Dragons. I just wondering if you could play a quick snippet of it.
Okay.
It's a YouTube. It's 8 minutes long, but we're not obviously I'm not watching the whole thing. But if
hang on 1 second. Hang on 1 second. Let me go ahead and get this going here, and I will just, if you know the video, I will go ahead and just move it where you want it. Do you know the video?
What do you mean?
You've watched it. You said it's 8 minutes long.
Yeah. Put it at minute or put it at 55 seconds.
55 seconds. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Hang on. This shouldn't get me hit, I don't think.
I don't know. We could pause it throughout, but okay.
Real Runs with John Barenthal. This is a podcast he does?
No, I think this is her podcast.
Okay.
But started at 55 seconds.
Okay.
Because I've seen a clip of this and I thought it was really cool. So she's explaining D&D to John Berthel.
Get out of town.
and I think it's really fast.
She's a huge DM. She's
Is
one
he?
of the. She is Deborah Ann Wool's one of the celebrities like
Like a Matt
Joe
Mercer, the
Manganiello,
role and all that.
that helped bring 5th edition into popularity. Along with Critical Role. So,
yep. Okay. Well, let's check it out, guys. You let me know if you can hear the sound or not right away. Okay.
D.
I mean, I'll try. I mean, what do you think?
No,
I'd
like
be able to do
literally right now.
Sure.
All right.
Sure.
So let's see. You've got a bow strapped to your back, a sword and a dagger at your hilt, right? So you're walking through the woods. It's dark. It's at night. Almost no moonlight is coming through. You hear a crack off in the distance. Something large stepped on the branch. What would you do?
First thing, how far away is the crack?
Give me a perception check. So you roll dice and we'd see how perceptive you are.
She's so good.
Let's say you roll a 13.
Okay.
And you're pretty perceptive. So you have a +3 to that. That's 16. So I know, 16, that's pretty perceptive. You think it's about 20 feet away.
Okay. It's about 20 feet away. I think I'd take out my bow first.
Yeah.
Look at your stance.
Okay, so you take a bow, you're ready. You're aimed. You're
Right at where the spot's coming. Yeah.
Okay. Slowly creeping towards you, suddenly into view, a little bit of eye shine in the darkness. You see an owl bear. This is a 10, 15 foot tall monster. It looks like an owl, but it has the body of a bear. It opens its beak and squawks at you.
He's entranced.
What do you do?
Have I ever met an owl bear before? Like, are owl bears?
We could do a history check. So this is D&D. You're playing D&D.
What do you mean a history check?
So a history check would be like, in your past, in your history, have you experienced?
Okay, so how do I check? Yeah, let's check.
You would roll a dice. Let's say you have a low history. You roll a 13, but you have a -3. That's a 10. So no, you've never met an owl bear in your life. You have no idea whether it's threatening or not, but it is squawking at you.
I'd be like, yo, are you my friend? Are you my
disagreed, roll nature, but that's just me.
Yeah, try.
Give me an animal handling check. So you'd roll another one. This is
So that's pretty much
he's
where we're
already
gonna
playing
stop
it. He doesn't know it. Yeah.
Yeah. You can see how much he's already, because she's really good at this, right? She's done it. She's really good at setting it up, but he was already like ready to like continue with the stories. I just thought that was really cool.
Yeah.
Just to show how much, because we were just talking about him, how much, I saw that clip like a couple weeks ago and I thought that was really cool. So
yeah, I've liked him in every interview I've ever seen him in. He's pretty cool dude. He's not a guy that's gonna he doesn't go political with what he's saying, but everything I hear from him, he sounds like he's middle of the road kind of guy, is what he sounds like to me. Yeah. Martin says, "Oh my God, John is so thin." Yeah. Well, when you start bowing up for these shows, the first thing you do is lose fat. So, you got to get the mass later. How far away is the crack? Nice. But yeah, look, anybody, I'm glad you had me play that, man, because anybody that's never played D&D, that's all it is. You use your imagination. That's what that game's all about. And you're just playing a part and you make decisions. And the dungeon master, she's obviously really good at it. I've played with some really bad dungeon masters, and you really appreciate somebody that knows the game and knows how to create, because the dungeon master creates the atmosphere. And if you got a bad dungeon master, it's going to ruin the whole thing.
And that's why Critical Role has become so big, because right there, and a lot of them they're voice actors, right?
Yeah.
So they can already get in the role, and that's what's kind of just adding to it. To the fact that we're getting actual actors and actresses to do these things, and then they're getting so into their parts and their characters, and they're characters that they built themselves, kind of thing. So they get really into them. So.
Yep. Yeah, it's very cool, man. It's very cool. I mean, I haven't played it in decades. I mean, I quit playing it in my 30s, so I haven't played it in a long time. But John, you still play it, don't you?
Yeah, I haven't played it. I haven't played it for what, 72 hours?
Ah, look at that.
Oh,
the whole
man.
3 days ago was the last time you played. Damn it. What's wrong with you? Go find a group, dude.
I'll play again tomorrow.
Questing.
I'll play again tomorrow, and then I'll play.
Only 40 seconds. But anyway, yeah, I love that. That was very cool. Knock, thank you very much. But that anybody that hasn't played D&D before, that's what it's all about. I had a guy. Oh my God, this one dude that I played with, he was just nuts, man. His name is Mark, and we walked into a room and there was nothing but a bunch of giant rats, right? He said, "Okay, I got this." Right? He had this wizard character. He said, "All right, I'm going to put the whole room to sleep. And Dungeon Master, we do the roll, and he says, okay, they're all asleep. He goes, now I light all their balls on fire, and then I wake them up. I'm like, what? What are you, crazy? Are you out of your mind? I mean, you can do anything. It's all driven by your imagination. It's really cool. Let's see. Das Wolfen's got to get about to get the shakes. He's withdrawn, no doubt. Let's see. The problem with that is that new players now think all DMs and players should be like Critical Role. Oh, well.
Yeah.
I can see that. I just think, I feel like, and I had recently tried with John's group that he did. And I think that was one of the things, not necessarily the way he did it, or it kind of was the way he did it, to be honest. It just, I felt like there was, less storytelling and more explaining all the different circumstances of what could have happened in it. And that kind of ruined the experience for me a little bit. And then, John, what really got me was losing 3 levels in one game and learning that I'm going to probably never get them back. Like that definitely kind of pushed me over the edge on that one. Just because I was, a barbarian that was supposed to go melee, and because I meleeed, I lost so many levels, and I was like, that's just not for me.
Yeah.
So I think there was a combination of a couple things. So I can see that. I think pacing is really important in it. I think not giving too much away is a part of it. Of course, you can't be too hard on the group. You can't be too easy on the group. So, yeah, I mean, having a good DM John, tell me, how often do groups break up in general?
Quite a bit, yeah.
So, I mean, it's not something that, obviously, I don't have a lot of experience myself, but I have, trying to catch up with and learn it a little bit. And that's what I've seen is a lot of these groups don't last very long.
Well, first edition is a lot more brutal than, as far as players' death and stuff is concerned, where there's not a lot of
give in that.
And I don't think that's too much bad, but for me, in my case, now I am a little bit ruined, right? Because I am a gamer, right? Yeah. I spent 5 years grinding out an MMO, but I did that every day. When you're talking about grinding out a D&D over months, and you only play it once a week, like that grind sucks. Like that's how am I going to gain those? I mean, it's going to take me 3 months to gain those 3 levels back. That's too slow. I'm a gamer. I need to gain levels now.
Right.
Not that I need to get all the experience all at once, but I would need to play more for it to be worth it for me.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of what threw me off with that one. So
I feel you, man. I feel you. But look, if you got a good DM, you're going to have a great time. You really are. It's all about imagination. That's what you got to remember. It's the limits are the limits of your imagination. All the books do is give you rules for how to do it. That
was probably the last thing for me was that they do a certain set while I'm trying to learn the latest set. And that's just too much fuckery. Because half the things I wanted to do, he had to make room for it. Yeah. And I was very appreciative of that. But it's it's kind of hard to learn 2 different sets of rules when you're trying to learn something new, right?
Yeah.
So that was probably the hardest thing about it. Is what the fuck can I do? What can I learn? I don't need, because I think that's one. And correct me if I'm wrong, John, but one of the issues that people have had with 5e or 5e, whatever it is now, is that it's too easy to level up and get powers, or people in general want to start out with more powers. Me personally, I'm a grinder. I will just give me a sword. And I'm fine with that. Give me a slash move, and that's all I have for a couple of hours until I build up to buy another ability. That's fine. But, again, it's just for that to happen, you kind of have to start together rather than coming in halfway through.
If you're coming in late, it can be kind of
that I don't know what I can
sometimes.
do, kind of thing. So that definitely made it tougher too.
Vince says, I don't like pen and paper based video games since the options of what to do are too limited. I'm not sure about that one. You can't sneak in plain view, for example. Inside joke. Oh, okay. But anyway, look, man, I could see playing D&D with homegirl there would be a lot of fun. That's pretty cool. She has no problem teaching it to somebody. And John Barenthal, you're right. He looked like totally engrossed in what she was talking about, man. So that's pretty cool. All right, let's see. Guess what, guys? That's it for the pop culture update. We've reached the halfway point of the show, and you know what that means? It's time to check in on the girlfriend of the show.
How do you want me to handle the Sydney issue?
The Sydney issue?
Well, we should have a consensus on how the White House is going to handle it.
Well, I certainly hope the Sydney issue refers in some way to a problem that we're having with Australia, because if it's anything other than that,
Mr. President, Ms.
Sweeney?
See you.
Have her come in, please. I am finished here.
Yes, sir.
There is no Sydney issue.
That's right. It's time to check out what's going on with Miss Sweeney. Okay, you guys want the good news or the bad news? You guys tell me. You want the good news or the bad news?
Bad news.
What's that?
Bad news.
Bad news? Okay. The bad news is she has nothing new on Instagram. It's just the same old stuff. It's just her and her dog and the photo shoot stuff. That's all there is on Instagram. Nothing new. Nothing new. I don't know what she's up to. She must be busy on a project. But the good news, boys and girls, we finally have a trailer for Eden, the Ron Howard movie that he's making with her and who are her co-stars? Anna de Armas and Vanessa Kirby are going to be in this. A lot of good-looking chicks in this survival thriller called Eden. So I was thinking we would watch the trailer real quick and see what this is all about. Since we've been hearing about it for what? Almost a year now we've been hearing about this, right, Knock? Weren't you complaining about that a couple episodes ago? Let's see. Sid is such a bad girl. Nah, she's not. She's just written that way. That's all. Okay, let me do my magic real quick because I don't know what production company is putting this out. So, some of them can be a little bit tougher on trailers than others. So let me get this set up real quick. Let's see. Go ahead and go full screen with it. And you guys want subtitles or no? No?
Probably okay.
Okay. All right. So let me drop this and bring in the other one. I got to put that at full screen real quick, though. Where is it, Dell? Okay. All right. So this is, and Jude Law's in this too, guys. We'll talk about who's in it and all that stuff later on. But this is the Sydney Sweeney movie that we've been waiting for to see anything out of. I think it comes out this fall. So here we go with Eden.
Dr. Hunter, your story inspired us to leave everything behind.
That was her underneath that hood, I think. And I think this takes place in the 1920s. That's Anna right there. I recognize her anywhere.
Let's start anew.
Trust me. By this time next year, one of us will be gone.
So apparently they're cutting themselves off from society on a desert island. That's what I'm understanding about this show.
Yeah.
Cliff there? Is that was? Wow, man. Thoughts, gentlemen?
I'm not that interested.
Not that interested, huh? Knock?
There's only one reason I'm going to see it. No, maybe two.
And notice she was the last person they showed on screen, right? Well, I'll tell you, I like Ron Howard's movies, so that's a plus for me. I think he's a great director. I don't think the Solo movie would have been near as good if he hadn't been called in to clean it up. So, I mean, A Beautiful Mind's one of my favorite movies. He's made several flicks that I dig. I was just talking about one earlier today with Gary over on Pop Culture Minefield. Backdraft was a flick. It's the fireman movie. If you've never seen that, put that on the knock list, brother. It's got a cast that's unbelievable, and it's probably my favorite part that Donald Sutherland ever played. He plays a Hannibal Lecter-like arsonist that they keep consulting with about these fires that are being set. And it's an awesome movie. It really is. But I love his stuff, and I like Jude Law. I like Sydney Sweeney. I like Andy Daramus. Vanessa Kirby, I've seen her in the Mission Impossible movies, but in the Mission Impossible movies, she's in there for like 5 minutes, and that's it. So I really can't tell much about her from those flicks. But yeah, I'm going to go see this for sure. It looks like my kind of thing, but that's just me. I dig period pieces, first of all. And if it's a true story, that's always a plus for me too. I like nonfiction stories. Let's see. Martin says, I saw the trailer for it in cinemas months ago. Really? Okay. Subtitle. Where are we going? We don't need subtitles. Yeah. I hear you. She can be underneath my hood anytime. Really, Vince? Nice. Nice. I got you. Anna and Sid's, count me in. I'll watch it for the plot. Kurt Russell is always a win. Yeah, he was a win in that movie. It's a really good flick. If you've never seen Backdraft, go watch it, boys and girls. The cast is unbelievable, and the lead guy is probably it's William Baldwin. I don't think I saw him in any other movie ever. I mean, I don't remember seeing him in anything else but that movie right there. But anyway,
what has Ron Howard done lately, though? I mean,
he hasn't made. Well, to answer that question, let's go take a look real quick. I will pull up IMDb and we will find out before we get into the July movies. Let's see. Ron Howard. And I've got to change where I'm sharing stuff from too. So let's see. I believe he won his Academy Award for A Beautiful Mind, though. I'm pretty sure he got Best Director for that one, didn't he? I think he did. But let's see what. Oh yeah, Apollo 13. He did that one.
Yeah. Saving Private Ryan.
Huh?
Wasn't that his? No, that was Spielberg.
Which one?
Saving Private Ryan. That was Spielberg.
That was Spielberg. Yeah, that's Spielberg. He produced Arrested Development. How funny is that? A Beautiful Mind, of course, 2001. Apollo 13. The Shootist. Wow, he did
Click on director there.
No, he's got to be a star in that one.
Yeah, he's in that. No, see where it says director 52? Click on that first.
Okay. Let's see. Upcoming.
No, we're the bar
at the top with the filters.
Okay.
To the right.
Gotcha.
So get rid of all those and just click on and get rid of the producers and all that.
X on producer.
X on all the others.
Actor.
Oh, okay.
No,
gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. So, and just click that. Okay.
No, you already had it. Now you have to click it again.
Oh, yeah. You got to be kidding me.
God, this old fart. Just click the director one more time.
Jesus. All right.
Right there. Yeah.
There you go. You're good. That's your one filter.
I'm good. Don't have to do anything else. Okay. Eden, and the last one he did before that was Jim Henson, The Idea Man. That's a documentary.
I didn't realize he directed Hillbilly Elegy.
Hillbilly Elegy? The J.D. Vance movie?
Yeah.
What? He did that one?
Yeah.
I haven't seen that one. But let's see. What else has he done? 13 Lives? I don't know what that is.
I don't either.
No clue what that is. 13 Lives. Oh, is this the one about the... this is the one about the kids in the cave.
Yeah, the
rescue mission is assembled in Thailand, where a group of young boys and their soccer coach are trapped in a system of underground caves. that are flooding. Yeah, I remember that. I don't remember this movie being made, but I remember that incident. Yeah. Wow, it didn't take them long to make that movie, did it? Wow, that wasn't that long ago. That's amazing. I'll have to check that one out. But yeah, he's been making movies. It's just not. Of course, you got a solo Star Wars story back in 2018. Inferno. That's right. He did all the Brown novels.
Dan Brown movies. Dan Brown movies.
He did all of those. So yeah, he's been around. He did Rush. Yep. He's done a bunch, man. But
yeah, I just didn't know. He hasn't done a whole lot recently. That's why I was trying to get at.
Mm-hmm.
But he doesn't need to because he's worth $1 billion or
this
whatever.
Guy, dude, everything. He is one blessed dude. I mean, I know I remember watching him on the Andy Williams, or was it Andy Williams?
No.
Andy Griffith.
Andy Griffith, yeah.
Andy Griffith's show.
Andy Williams is the singer.
Yeah, he was Andy's son on that show. Of course, Happy Days and all that. Yeah, we basically grew up with Ron Howard, and he's done well. He really has. Okay, boys and girls, I'm sure what you came for, it is upon us. It is the oh, wait, before we get going here, what Martin says, the freaking love the shootist. Yeah, it's a great movie. It really is. Yeah. I haven't seen it in a long time, but I do remember it. It's good stuff. Okay. It is time for us to check out the best popcorn movie month there is on the calendar, July. This is when all the biggies come out. And we're going to start this year with Jurassic World Rebirth. And, it's dinosaurs, guys. This is going to make a bunch of money. This flick is going to make a bunch of money.
People go see it.
Regardless if it's good or not, it's going to make a ton of bread. No doubt about it.
As long as they're not having laser pointer for targeting people train dinosaurs, we'll be okay.
Yeah, right. It's just silly. I didn't see the last one. Were they doing that in the last one?
Yeah, because the whole point of the movie, the whole point of this Jurassic World is now that the dinosaurs are out in the world, how are people going to exploit them?
Right.
And somebody was turning raptors into assassins by using a laser pointer. Well, they just hit them once, and suddenly the raptor will go after them.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, that's not how laser detonation works.
No. No, it's not. Let's see. And maybe finally we learn what happened to the effing moon. Good Lord, man. But I'm not going to go pay to see this one, I don't think. Not unless it's got killer word of mouth, man. I mean, Scarlett Johansson's a plus for me. I do dig the girl. I think she's awesome. But the rest of the cast, I mean, I like this guy right here. I can't pronounce his name.
Mahershala Ali.
I'm just going to call him Ali. That's what I'm going to call him, Ali. I like him. I like him a lot. The rest of these guys, I don't know. I don't know any of these guys. So we'll see how it goes. I will tell you this. Some of the stuff I've seen on the trailers, I really dug. I don't know what it is about monster movies here lately, buddy, but they like to have a Jaws reference, don't they? They like to have a Jaws reference. Even your Godzilla -1 had a Jaws reference to it, man, with a boat thing, right?
Godzilla following the boat.
Yeah, that thing where she falls off the front of the boat. It's kind of like Quint being on the front of the boat in Jaws. You know what I mean? So, which turns 50, by the way. Matter of fact, I think it was this week. It turns 50.
But
July 4th weekend.
As bad as Jaws is, that mosasaur, it's just a light snack to him.
Yeah, of course. I know that. Let's see. It's too much to ask for freaking Mosasaurus with freaking laser beams attached to their heads and $1 million. You need, let's see. You need your daily dose of Dino Riders. Yeah, no doubt, right? Man, I haven't heard of Dino Riders in ages. Look, kids love dinosaurs. There's gonna be kids clamoring for their parents to take them to go see this movie. No doubt about it, man. This is going to make a ton of bread. Next up, let's see what else we got. I don't see anything else big that week, but the one that is probably the most anticipated superhero show of the summer comes out on July 11th, and that's Superman. Superman, and I've told you guys that I'll be making the trek to Dallas to go see this with my brother. Looking forward to seeing him, and even if the movie's not good, I will be hanging out with my bro, so I'll have a good time, you know. But yeah, going to Dallas to see this on the 12th. I'm going that Saturday. But I think it's safe to say everybody's rooting for this to be good. But man, I don't want to see any more trailers from this. Do you? I mean,
nope.
it's like
I've stopped watching them.
They're putting out too much stuff about this movie, man. I understand he said they was going to have a big media blitz, but dude, you don't want to give the whole damn movie away. You know, it's ridiculous. Let me see.
We're not going to talk about that, Vince.
Uh-oh. What's Vince talking about? I see you over there, Low Spec. I saw you with the boobs marker. I wish I could show your stuff in here, but I can't. It's not linked to it. What's he saying? What the hell are you talking about? Ironheart premieres today. Oh, good Lord. We're not talking about Ironheart. Yeah. Look, guys, if you're looking to tune in for news about Ironheart or the review of Ironheart and all that good stuff, you're not going to see it here. I'm not watching that show. I'm just not going to watch it. I don't even think Knock's going to watch that one. Knock, are you going to actually watch that one? Or no?
I don't know, man.
I thought
the completionist in him will not let him put it down. It won't let him put it down. I bet you watched Echo too, didn't you?
I never finished it. I did try. I did try. I can appreciate what they tried to do with Echo. However, I hate the sound of silence. and they do that in there all the time because, she's deaf, and I get it. I absolutely understand it. I acknowledge it. I don't care for it. So I didn't like it.
Sound of Silence is a good song, especially the Disturbed remake.
I'm not talking about the title.
No, he's talking about the actual sound.
Shut up, John.
Let's see. Martin says, how about the original Ironheart? I think that's a movie, and I think I've seen it.
That's the Iron Giant.
That's Iron Giant?
Yeah.
Okay. I think there's an Ironheart movie, too. Or no, maybe I'm thinking of Thunderheart, the one with Val
Dragonheart.
Yeah. I'm talking about the Indian movie of Val Kilmer. Yeah. Read by Nature. How you doing, brother? Says, look up in the sky. It's Suicide Squad. It's Guardians of the Galaxy. No, it's James Gunn presents a film by James Gunn. Yeah. It's, I don't know what's worse right now, Pedro fatigue or gun fatigue for me. I'm really tired of that guy shoving his face in front of the camera when, the great ones don't do that. They stay behind the camera. You know what I mean? The great ones do that. They stay behind the camera. They don't get in front of it. Let's see. Ironheart is a Japanese movie? Really? Okay. Iron Giant is more like it. Yeah, there you go. Iron Giant ass is more like it.
So who's Sean Gunn playing this? Oh, that's right. He plays Maxwell Lord. I remember that.
Yeah, he's Maxwell Lord. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, the cast. The cast is cool. I like the cast. I like the cast in this. I'm a little bit thrown off with the fact that this guy looks like he's going to be alive in this movie, and Superman's already doing his thing. But hey, it's a different iteration of it. I don't know what he's doing with the story, but it seems to me. This, Jonathan Kent's death is a big moment in Superman's life. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I will give it this. Everything I'm saying, Cornswit has the look and he has the voice. Here's what I don't like about it. He's screeching like a 12-year-old too much in these trailers, if you ask me.
Yeah. He acts like a petulant child. That's not LL.
Superman's not a he's almost coming off like he's on the spectrum or something, man. It's just really weird. But he's definitely got the voice and the presence and all that stuff. So once again, this is kind of like Fantastic Four. I'm hoping that the cringe stuff I've seen is coming out of context, kind of thing. I know you two are going to go see it, I'm sure.
I'm officially stating the reason why I'm going to see this, and I'm going to see it for Justice Society. I'm not going to see it for
James Gunn's Superman.
Yeah. I'm going to see it for Guy Gardner, Hawkgirl, and Mr. Terrific. That's why I'm going.
Now that looks interesting to me. It really does. I didn't figure that out. Of course, I'm not. I'm a Marvel guy. I'm not into the DC universe as much. I
wasn't sure I was going to watch Peacekeeper season 2 when it comes out, but since they're going to be in it, I have to watch it now.
Yeah, I saw that in the trailer for Peacekeeper. Nathan Fillion's in the trailer. Yeah, that was tripping.
What a great show.
Yeah. I got to finish it. I liked what I saw from the beginning. James won't put me in this movie.
It was just a little too. It was okay. It's just for me, it was just a little too vulgar for vulgar's sake.
Yeah, I hear you. Well, that's when Gunn has a chance to friggin' put blood or cursing or something like that, something adult on the screen, he's gonna do.
Well, no, it's not the blood and the cursing. It's the other adult stuff.
I got you. Well, he's gonna do that too. He's gonna put it in there. Yeah. Let's just hope he didn't put it in the Superman movie. A lot of the cast seem fine, but there are a lot of Gunnisms that worry me. Half of me wants to be proven wrong, but half of me wants to see Gunn taken down a peg. I don't want to see him get taken down. He was the architect, we now know, of probably the best superhero universe ever, and that's the first 3 phases of Marvel's MCU. I'm not saying he wrote all the movies. He didn't do any of that thing like that, but he laid it out. Something that they have not been able to recreate since he left them. They have no continuity, and they had it when he was there. So
this has to do well for me to get my Booster Gold series. So I hope this does well.
Yeah, I'm pulling for it, man. Superman's not my favorite superhero, but he's the granddaddy of them all. And when he does well, all superhero movies do well. So I'm definitely rooting for it. That's for sure. Knock, what do you think of this one? Are you looking forward to it? Or are you
Listen, I am a James Gunn believer until he fails me. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't like all the speculation one way or the other. I think we're just ready for the movie to come out at this point, right?
Yeah.
I think that's kind of why you're tired of seeing him. Just because let's get with the damn movie.
Yeah.
Let him prove his point already. Yeah. So I think people need to temper their expectations so damn high, because I think fans kind of screw themselves more than anything else when it comes to this stuff, where it's just got to nitpick every little fucking thing. Not everything's going to be the way you want it to be. It's so just kind of try to take it on its own merit. But I mean, look what he did with Guardians of the Galaxy, right? Like,
yep.
From my end, I'm not a comics person, so I knew nothing about them, and now I know something about them. And to me, I think he helped do that. Yeah. So so far, I mean, there hasn't been a lot to the James Gunn verse, but Peacekeeper, I really liked. I liked its vulgarness. I liked its grittiness. It's kind of like The Boys, where it goes a step further than you would think it would. So, and I like that. I'm tired of this pussy shit. I'm tired of this bullshit, happy-go-lucky Spider-Man pussyfooting around.
Well, here's the thing: Spider-Man and Superman are supposed to be like that. That's their characters. That's what they're supposed to be, buddy boy. Okay, so
fine.
That's that. Well, I'm just telling you, if one of the biggest problems that a lot of people had with the first Superman movie that Snyder did was him killing Zod, snapping his neck. I mean, Superman wouldn't do that. He'd have flown away with Zod before he.
Now, when I say that, I'm not necessarily meaning that Superman has to be the vulgar, gritty guy,
right?
But the bad guys are.
Yeah. Oh, I expect
that's all
Guy
I care
Gardner
about.
to be a
I'm
pain in
not
the
saying
ass
I
in this
want
movie, man.
to be that way, right? What makes The Boys so good is you got the guy with the golden heart at the center of it, right? Well, and then he kind of goes a little sideways, but still, you know, that I'm not expecting every aspect of the movie to be that way,
Right?
But I want that. You know, I like my
source materials like that.
What's that, John?
I said the source materials like that. The Boys is the comic of The Boys is everything you see on the Boys TV show doesn't hold a candle to everything that happens in the comic book.
Yeah,
I get that. They got to tone it down for the show. But all I'm saying is, I'm not expecting Superman to be the you know,
right.
I'm not expecting him to take it down. Like you're right. He's supposed to be the beacon of shining light or whatever. That's fine.
Yes. Yeah.
But I would like to see the bad guys go off.
Exactly. Or not even the bad guys. Let me tell you something. Guy Gardner, you've already seen him make a construct of a fist coming up and flipping the finger. I mean, you're going to see that shit for sure, man.
Yeah.
But I hope it's what I saw in the first trailer. And when I saw the first trailer, I told my brothers this, and I think I told you guys this. It looks like a good man trying to make it in a broken and busted world that looks that isn't unified. He's trying to unify a world that isn't. You know what I mean? That's what it looks like to me. It looks like a guy out of time, a guy from the 50s being plugged into the 90s or 2000s. You know what I'm saying? That's what it looks like to me. And I hope they pull that off. The thing that's bugging me is every time he screeches like a 12-year-old. That friggin' bugs me because Superman doesn't do that. Superman knows he can handle shit. He doesn't do that. And it's just, I wish you hadn't directed him to do that. So hopefully we've seen all the screeching we're going to see out of Superman. Aside from the wider slate of DC's lineup being more kooky gun projects than leading with traditional heroes, Gunn taking on Superman himself rather than delegating just screams ego to me. Well, if you haven't figured out he's got an ego, then you haven't been watching Read by Nature. I know
it's
you
not
have.
Quentin Tarantino size, but it's
not Tarantino size, but it's huge. He keeps self-inserting into everything. He does. I mean, if you watch Creature Commandos, he's in the beginning of it on a typewriter writing. You know, they had him draw him in there. So, he's got an ego. That's for sure.
Well, I am kind of looking forward to the Supergirl movie because I like the girl playing her.
Oh, me too.
Millie Alcock, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Me too. You know, I'm looking forward to that. And from what I hear, she's going to have a cameo in this. I don't know if it's going to be an end credit scene or what, but I'm looking forward to that. You know that. I want this to be good, guys. I'm just telling you what I see in the trailer that's kind of bugging me. Yeah, Knock, I'm cool with what you said, with adult shit from everybody else but him. I'm cool with that. But the fact that he's freaking out like a kid, that's kind of scary to me. I don't like that. He doesn't do that. He doesn't lose it like that. Okay, so that's Superman. That's on the 11th. Next up, we've got I Know What You Did Last Summer. And this one comes out, let me check my list. That one comes out on the 18th, a week after Superman. And
it'll get crushed by Superman.
Oh, it's going to get crushed by Superman. Yeah, that's for sure. It's not going to make near as much. It's not even. I'd be surprised if it gets third with all the movies that are going to be coming out. Probably Jurassic Park will still be making more money than this does.
Yeah,
at that point.
This should have came out in June.
This should come out in October.
Yeah.
Well, it's summer.
I understand.
Let's just put it a Christmas
in
movie
there,
now, Joe.
Come on, man. It's a horror movie. All horror movies should come out at
It's in the summer, though,
I
right?
don't
Why do we call Die Hard a Christmas movie?
Because it came out at Christmas. That's right. Because it
literally has summer
Christmas.
in the name.
You're right. Okay, I stand corrected. Enough. All right. Let's see. Vince says, "You mean again? I still know what you did last summer." Yeah. What I'm wondering is how are they going to put Freddie Prinze Jr. and my girl Jennifer Love Hewitt back in it? That's what I'm wondering. They're making these legacy horror movies now, like Scream has been going on for how long now? and Courtney Cox ends up in every one of them at some point, right? But I guess they want to do it with I Know What You Did Last Summer. We know the plot.
Is it Aliens without Sigourney Weaver? I mean, you know.
I don't know. There's another movie coming out that same weekend that looks a little more interesting to me than this, because I didn't like the first one. I thought was ridiculously stupid.
Yeah, but Jennifer Love Hewitt, man.
Yeah, just okay.
But Sarah Michelle Gellar, man.
That can only save so much.
You got Sarah Michelle Gellar and Jennifer Love Hewitt in the same movie.
I get they're in the same movie, and yeah, but that can only save so much if the plot's so bad.
I understand. I know that. Given that First Blood is a Christmas movie, yes, it is. It takes place at Christmas. It does.
No. The whole This is a hill I'm dying on.
Okay, go.
In order to be a Christmas movie,
okay,
Christmas has to be central to the plot.
Gotcha. Okay.
Die Hard. The whole point is him going.
It's at a Christmas party. Yeah.
It's the Christmas party.
He wouldn't be there
for holidays. You couldn't set it in. You couldn't set it on Easter. That wouldn't work. You could set First Blood.
God forbid they'd have an Easter
It's
party.
a guy coming back from Vietnam.
Yeah, I gotcha. Oh my gosh, you guys! I'm waiting for Pepperidge Farm remembers what you did last summer.
I might actually see that one.
Right.
But there's this movie called St. Clair that's the same week that looks interesting.
St. Clair. Okay. I asked you before the show.
I didn't until just now. I looked at it and I went, that looks interesting.
I'm pulling it up, Bubba. I'm pulling it up. Here we go.
Wow.
You get rid of the ads. And here we are with St. Clair. Comes out same weekend, which is the 18th, week after Superman. In a small town, a solitary woman is haunted by voices that lead her to assassinate ill-intended people and get away with it until her last kill sucks her down a rabbit hole riddled with corruption, trafficking, and visions from the beyond. Bella Thorne stars in this one.
Well, actually, it was Ryan Philippe and Rebecca De Mornay that caught my attention.
Okay, all right.
Because I haven't seen.
Is that Timberlake I'm seeing there? Hang on, let's check this cast out, man.
No, that's not Timberlake.
Looked a lot like him. No, it's Ryan Phillip. That's who it is.
Yeah,
that's who I saw. Okay, Rebecca De Mornay. Yeah. I've had a hard crush on that chick for a long time. It's wow, Frank. How do you pronounce that? Whaley. Yeah, he's good. I like that guy. Bella Thorne, Bart Johnson. I know a few of these faces.
Yeah, but I mean, just the premise sounded interesting to me.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, it does. Looks like it's in the horror genre. If you're into horror movies, that looks like that could be a good one. Okay, so we got St. Clair, but also that same weekend, ladies and gentlemen, we've got Smurfs, Rihanna in the Smurfs movie. I don't know if you've seen the trailer for this, but it seems like the entire soundtrack needs to be played on a ghetto blaster, if you know what I mean. It's wow. I don't know about this one. Looks like they're going to be coming from an animated Smurf world to a real world kind of thing. I don't know if you've seen the trailer for it or not, but I've been to see a couple of movies and saw this in the theater.
Wow.
Papa Smurf is John Goodman. Kurt Russell is Ron. What? Wow.
Yeah. Alex Winter is in this.
Really?
Yeah.
Nick Offerman. I mean, this just isn't my thing. Smurfs are not my thing, man.
No.
Every other word in that trailer was Smurf. Every one of them. Our favorite guy, James Corden's in it.
Listen, his carpool karaoke's are some of the best.
Yeah, they are.
Your guy, funny. JP Carlayak, is in it too.
There you go. Gargamel, the bad guy.
Oh, we already mentioned. I'm sorry, that was during.
No, we didn't talk about. I think we were talking about that pregame.
Backstage we were talking about it.
We were talking about that pregame. We were commenting on his hairdo, his hairstyle. I'm like, whoa, man, what is going on there? But apparently this guy's a good voice actor because he's been in a ton of stuff. He's in the Baby Boss movies, the Boss Baby movies, X-Men 97. I mean, he's obviously a voice actor. That's all he does. And so he's apparently pretty Family Guy. He did two episodes. So yeah, he's apparently a very good voice actor. But yeah, Smurfs. Interested? Not interested? You going to take the grandkids to this, man?
No.
No? Grandkids aren't going Smurfing?
No.
Come on, man.
Nope.
Come on, bro.
Not even going to tell them it exists.
Rihanna.
Jimmy Kimmel in it? Nah.
Jimmy Kimmel, right? That's a big red flag right there. Okay, so that's all on the 11th. There's also another one I'm not going to get into here. This looks like it's just a right left divisive movie. It's called Eddington. I'll probably watch it when it gets on a streaming service, but from what I've heard about this, it sounds very okay. The plot is in May 2020, a standoff between a small town sheriff and mayor sparks a powder keg as a neighbor is pitted against neighbor in Eddington, New Mexico. And this takes place during COVID, I think, right? From what I've heard. So, yeah.
Stay 6 feet away from me.
Yeah, right. I want to beat you up, but don't touch me. Yeah, it's just... Nah.
You put your mask on when you're talking to me.
Yeah, but the names are pretty good. Joaquin Phoenix, Pedro's in it.
Yeah, they're
More
talking
Pedro.
That's a reason right there not to see it.
If you haven't gotten enough Pedro, Emma Stone.
God, Emma Stone though.
It's got a big cast, man.
Huge fan of Emma Stone.
Yep, Emma Stone's good. She's really good.
I'm still
waiting. But anyway,
for
that's
Bill
Eddington, and that's coming out that week too. It's a pretty busy week there. And then let's see. We've got on the 25th on my birthday. We've already talked about it a lot, but we'll touch on it one more time. We've got Fantastic Four comes out on my birthday. We know all about this one, but I don't think you're getting an origin story with this knock. I don't think you have to worry about that. Unless they do it in a flashback, because the beginning of it is them being introduced on television and the guy says, you all know the story, so this may be off and running right at the beginning of it.
The only thing to make it an origin story, do they have their powers at the beginning of the movie?
Yeah, they do.
I don't think they do.
I'm trying to tell you.
I don't think they do.
Okay.
Unless you're right, it's a flashback. I don't think they do.
That they may be showing it to us in a flashback. Yeah. Because I think I have seen Ben Grimm, the actor, not as a rock guy. I have seen pictures of him like that. So maybe it'll be a short flashback for us, Knock. I don't know. This one, like Superman, I'm hoping for good stuff. When they said they were going with a female Silver Surfer, though, I was kind of bummed because we all know Norrin Radd should be in the first iteration of this. I think anyway.
And if they wanted to do a female, they could have done Frankie Ray. They could have done Nova.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, I'd rather they started with Norrin. If you're going to talk about Galactus, why not start with Norrin Radd? That's the first Herald we ever met in comic books. So why wouldn't you start at the beginning? It's called First Steps. Why are we going 3 steps forward? I just don't get it. But anyway,
different universe.
Different universe, and we know this from the trailer. It is a different universe from the regular MCU. So really, there are no consequences here. This might be really good. They might, pull no punches and just go nuts and do crazy shit because we all know they're going to end up in the MCU somehow. So, who knows? I'm hoping for good stuff because I really want to see, I know everybody's got Pedro fatigue and all this stuff, but Pedro is a good actor. So I can't vouch for him at, rainbow parties and stuff. You know what I mean? But
I will say it's got one thing going for it though, Joe. One thing. Yeah. It's less than 2 hours.
It's less than 2 hours, baby. Where's that runtime? Where is it? 1 hour and 55 minutes. That's all.
So
Knox
it's
cares
got
about,
that going
damn
for
it.
it. Yes, I don't. I'm not going to need to go. I'm not going to get the app Run P Run.
Yeah.
For this one,
When
I should
can
be
I
able to
pee
make
or
it.
whatever the hell the name of that thing was. But yeah, this I'm hoping for good stuff. I really am. John Malkovich is in this. I did not know he was in this. It doesn't say who he's playing either. Huh. That's interesting. That's interesting. But you know, the Galactus looks pretty cool from the trailers. That looks really neat. That was my biggest gripe about the second Fantastic Four movie with Jessica Alba in it. You know, that he was a cloud monster, right? That was just jacked up. But I'm hoping for good stuff out of that one. I really am. I think when it's all said and done, man, you know, if you're a fan of the book, you're just hoping that they get the characters right and that kind of thing. You know, that's what I'm hoping for. Let me see. Let's take one last look through the list here and see if there's anything else we need to hit. Oh yeah, that's right. There's another one. Anything else on the 25th you're looking at here, John? Anything? I don't see anything that I'm interested
If we could see it, maybe, you know.
Oh, you don't see it?
Yeah.
Okay.
You're
I'm
not sure.
Guys, this list is the greatest list ever.
This is the greatest list ever. There's 5 great movies coming out on the 25th, but you'll never see them.
AJ goes to the dog part.
You're right. What the hell? Short game. This one I wanted to point out for
movie.
Yeah, I'm sure it is.
Yeah.
This one I wanted to point out to you football fans, though. They're doing a documentary on the dynasty that is Alabama football. And you see the two biggest coaches they've ever had. They're Bear Bryant and
Nick Saban.
Nick Saban. Yeah, I'm sorry. I have a mental block when it comes to Nick Saban because he walked on my wife's football team after a year. So, you know, my wife's a big Miami Dolphins fan. Didn't like the fact that he bailed on Miami. Alabama football's dynasty, built by coaches Bryant and Saban, goes beyond SEC dominance and national titles to reveal how their program's culture transforms players into men through fierce competition. And they've got a lot of players that are going to be in it. Jalen Hurts, C.J. Mosley, Bobby Humphrey, Clinton Dix, Ozzie Newsome. There's a bunch of them I know of.
Waddle.
Yeah.
Waddle.
Waddle.
Probably my favorite Madden player of all time.
Right.
Going against Joe.
Oh my God. He'd just throw it up. If I ever, you'd think I'd learn not to press receivers when playing not.
As soon as he would do it, just Waddle.
Boom! Right over the top. Screwed.
So good.
Catch.
So fast.
But yeah, I'm kind of hoping, I don't see him listed here, but I'm kind of hoping Sean Alexander's shown in there. But he's my favorite Bama player of all time because he was my running back for the Seahawks. But
we got college football 26 coming up here in a couple weeks too, and I'm pumped for it.
Yeah.
Sounds like that. I've been watching the deep dives, and they've done a lot. This EA, this team is not the Madden crew. Right?
Yeah.
And the deep dives have been pretty impressive. And it's been hardly anything about like their version of Mutt or anything like that. It's been all the dynasty stuff. It's been great.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Let's see. Vince says next month, First Naked Gun. The new one with Liam Neeson. Yeah. At least the woman playing female surfer didn't diss the Silver Surfer yet. Let's hope not. No, I haven't heard these people talk to the press at all. Thank God. Let's see. Speaking of Godzilla, on August 14th, Shin Godzilla returns to cinemas. Really? Which one is Shin Godzilla, John?
Shin Godzilla is the first Toho movie, the first one that Toho did after they had retired for a while.
Okay. All right. Cool.
It's definitely a series I got to get back into.
Yeah.
I was having fun watching the movies, and Took a break from them.
It's good stuff, man. Monster movies are fun. They're great.
Well, they came out in a series of Shin movies. There's like Shin Gundam or Shin Ultraman, there's Shin Kamen Rider, and there's Shin Godzilla.
Okay.
Where they basically reimagined a little bit the typical, because those are big Japanese staples.
Mm-hmm.
Ultraman and Shin and Kamen Rider and Godzilla are big tent poles of Japanese cinema.
Mm-hmm.
I just love the feel of the old ones. I'm trying to find the word, but the aesthetics of the old one. I miss the suit.
Yeah.
I miss the miniature buildings and cars. I miss sets. I miss that stuff, man. I'm done with CGI, man. I'm done with this fake shit.
It's funny, Knock, that you bring that up. I mean, when I went and saw Wicked with my wife, which is the only reason why I'd go see it, she's a big fan, but I have to give that movie props. Their production value in that thing was through the fucking roof.
It was.
The sets were amazing in that thing.
I'm definitely going to see the second one in theaters too.
Yep.
Because I saw that one the same day I saw Gladiator 2, and I'm super glad that I watched Gladiator 2 first, because if I'd watched the second, I would have been.
It'd have been a huge letdown, wouldn't it? Yeah.
So it definitely made up for it, because that was a shit show.
Let's see. Think I just saw an actor from English comedy show League of Gentlemen in that cast. Are you talking about the Fantastic Four? Hang on a second. I'll pull it up for you.
Do we have to? Do we have to go?
No, we don't have to. But I'm just trying to help out Read by Nature. Look at it again, man, and then tell me in the chat what you're talking about. Are you talking about Mark Gatiss? Is he English? I'm not sure. I don't know. Or maybe Ralph Ineson. Is that who you're talking about? He says Mark Gatiss F4 cast. There you go. Yep. Okay. Gotcha. There it is. Anyway, okay. So let's go ahead and pull that back down. I want to see what else we got here. John, good to see you. I think this is the first time we've talked to John. Good to see you here. 2025, the summer of remakes and reboots. That's every summer now, though, bro.
Yeah,
that's every summer now. They have not put out. I want to say John Wick is probably the best original thing they've come out with in the last.
And it has 4 sequels and a spinoff.
Right, and they've already made that a franchise, right?
What about Ilios? That's original.
Come on, bro. Work with me, bro. Let's see. Shin basically means true.
Yeah.
True Godzilla. I think it means new. Let's see. Yes, Shin Ultraman was meh. It just borrowed from classic and some new shows. Dude, Shin Ultraman was great. Martin disagrees with you. Haven't seen Shin Kamen Rider yet. Kamen Rider? Am I saying that right?
It's fairly true to the original 71 series.
Okay. All right.
There's a lot of Shins out there, isn't there?
There's a lot of Shins.
There's 30.
You should look up League of Gentlemen in your spare time. It's dark, especially Papilla Zero. Okay. All right. Yeah. Okay. I'll check it out, man. Let's see. Shin can be translated into many things. I've got Shin Kamen Rider saved on my watch list. It must be talking about Kamen Rider. Okay. All right, boys and girls, that's it for this week. I want to thank you guys for being here. John, anything you want to push that I'm not going to already do for you, or?
No, nothing I'm going to push. You'll probably see me on that T-shirt Historian show this Saturday.
Okay. What's he got going? Hang on.
Well,
up real quick.
I've been showing up on his show. I've been starting to be a regular there.
Cool.
Talking about tabletop RPG, and there was a TTRPG creator that just basically crapped the bed live. I've never seen him tank his. I've seen someone deliberately tank their own company before live, and as it happened in real time.
Mm-hmm.
but so I'm sure that'll be a big topic of what you discuss.
Have you got his link? Because I'm having a hard time finding it. It's that T-shirt historian.
The T-shirt historian.
The T-shirt historian. Okay. I'm still not finding it. I must be doing T-shirt wrong. Has it got a hyphen in it or anything? I'm following him. It's just I follow so many people that I can't.
T-shirted historian.
T-shirted?
Yeah.
And I still can't find it.
I put it in the private chat now.
Okay, thank you. Because I definitely want to plug him. I love his stuff. I think he's really good.
Well, I've also been playing with Grim and that group, the RPG they do on Sundays. So
yeah, his icon is Homeboy from the video game you guys love.
From,
Keanu Reeves. Yeah, here you go. This is him. So you want to go check him out? Let's see. I guess he doesn't have his live stuff.
No, but it's Saturday at 4 Central.
Okay, Saturday at 4 Central. The T-shirted historian. Let me put his link in the chat. He's a really good YouTuber, guys. If you don't follow this guy, you should. He's really good. He does when does he do his pop culture show? Is it Saturday?
Yeah, Saturday's This Week in Geek, and Tuesdays is Tuesday in Geek, and he does a Tuesday mornings. He does a D&D.
I love
the
wrong button and kick myself out of the show. Let me see. I'm gonna put this in the chat real quick. Oh, he's already got it. I don't have to. Vince just hit it up for us. The T-shirt historian. Definitely check that out. Yeah, he does a pop culture show every week, and I can't remember which day of the week it is. I want to say it might be Monday. I'm not sure. But I love the guy. He does really good stuff. Cool. That's cool, John. Thanks for letting me know about that. I'll definitely tune into that. That's Saturday at 4 Central?
Saturday at 4 Central, yep.
4 Central. Okay. All right, guys. Let me let you know what's going on. Do you have any cons or anything you got coming up, Knock? What's your next big to-do?
No. I was thinking about doing one this weekend, but it's down in Virginia Beach, Tidewater Con, but it had Alan Tudyk, Wash from Firefly. I was going to be there, a couple others, but yeah, I didn't want to spend the money right now. So nothing. There is a local one coming up next month, the same weekend as Superman coming out, that I'll be going to. But I'm literally going to be there for only a couple hours. It's a small local one, literally only one day.
Right.
It's a growing thing. It just started out a couple years ago. So no special guests there or anything like that. Just a bunch of artists and things like that. So no, nothing planned right now.
Okay.
Now I am going to see the theater for Harry Potter that week as well.
Yeah.
The 7th or the 8th story, I guess, the story that takes place after the books, basically.
Right. Gotcha.
But it's a screenplay.
Yep. Gotcha. Very cool, man. Very cool. Well, let us know how it goes. Thanks for being here, dude. I appreciate you guys being here with me. The State of the Atmosphere comes your way every Wednesday at 5:30 p.m. Central Time. Come check it out. We'll tell you everything you need to know about video games, TV shows, movies, all that good pop culture stuff. It's my favorite show I do every week. And, of course, the Sweeney Spot. We got to check out the girlfriend of the show. Friday at 1 p.m. Central Time, I do Sketching the Privateer for an hour before I go to work. The work on my comic book, getting really close to releasing a 0 issue on Amazon for everybody to check out. I'm going to release like the first 5 pages. I'm just about done inking the first 5 pages. So I'm going to put those up as a 0 issue on Amazon so everybody can take a look at it here pretty soon. So look forward to that as I sketch the Privateer every Friday at 1 p.m. Central Time. John will be on Pop Culture Minefields channel at 8 Central Time on Friday. I think you've made it to New Vegas now, right, man?
I am
finally.
No, I am in the train station to go to New Vegas.
You're in the train station to go to New Vegas.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
6
So you're not quite
hours
there
on that
yet.
DLC.
All right. Okay.
Ugh, brutal.
Has it been brutal, Knock? How brutal has it
It
been?
is a little brutal. There was no comments I can make, unfortunately.
Yeah, it was. I admit it was
kind of tuned out.
It wasn't fun. I had a lot of problems with that DLC, and
It's okay. We're through it
it's
now.
over now.
And he'll be on to New Vegas this Friday at 8 p.m. Central Time on Pop Culture Minefields channel. Of course, Sunday, it's when we hack the Matrix. Check it out. Me and Highlander together talking about today's headlines. 6 p.m. Central Time on Sunday. Military Monday is at 10 a.m. Central Time. That's when we talk about military movies and draw our comic books, me and Gary, on Pop Culture Minefields channel. It's Only Talk and Roll comes your way at 4 p.m. Central Time on Monday. Don't know what we're doing on that show this week, but look for it on That 70s Rock Fans channel. And if you missed the Brian Wilson tribute, definitely go check that out on both YouTube and the Bumble, because we did it on both. And don't forget about Monday night at 6:30 p.m. Central Time. It's Papa Joe Gamer After Dark, video games, cocktails, and fails. And it's part 13. I forgot to change the number on that. I'll have to fix that. It's part 13 of Mass Effect 2. I'm cruising right along. So you guys, I want to thank everybody for being here. And until we see you again, I want you guys to keep on keeping on. God bless. And I think the video's here somewhere. I hope I've got it. Where is it?
Error. Error.
Bye. Hell with it. We're out of time.
If I can't see them, they can't see me.
That's right. We'll see you next time, guys.
Bye.